Hello, another day, another video. I'm back down at Brands Hatch. It's just been pouring down, so it's a little bit damp. I think it's going to have some rain for the rest of the day, but I'm here with Georgie boy and we are basically following up with another modified Ford race day. They were racing yesterday, qualifying yesterday, and they got 2 races today. I'm going to be catching up with Chris because his Escort that I've obviously got involved with making the engine mounts to put his race Duratec in and his sequential gearbox, that's all up and running now. So we'll catch up with him, hopefully get some cameras in his, hang on, little silhouette. Yeah, get some cameras in his car to see how he's getting on. He's got some teething issues that we've got to sort out, and I think they're just setting it up at the moment. First race, I'll probably try and get camera in RORY'S Focus RS, which I think he's 4th on the grid, so he's right in the thick of it. And then, yeah, we'll hopefully get some good action in the wet. So yeah, car's here.
Yes.
Engine's in.
Yep.
On the engine mounts. Yeah, you've already raced it though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done 2 rounds. I've done Cadwell. Second time I was out there, I was 5 seconds quicker.
With the new setup?
With this new setup, yeah, I did a 142.
Yeah, so to recap, you used to have the
Z-Tech, yep.
On throttle, these throttle bodies.
On these throttle bodies, yeah. But we've changed obviously the manifold.
Yeah. Again, if you go back to the other videos where we've fabricated, made up these engine mounts, you bought your Gucci gearbox, which is now
gearbox, and these mounts are superb, by the way, guys.
No worries, anytime. And then you've got your fancy full race
from Matt Simpson. Yep. Yeah. They're it's like art underneath there, by the way. That's 3-inch all the way underneath the car.
How are you for the noise? Because that was the concern.
Well, 104. But I only took it to 4.5. But I think it's too quiet.
Yeah? Oh, we'll straight
you guys have your own opinion on it. You'll see it.
I haven't actually heard this run yet.
No. Well, should we?
Yeah, fire it up.
Should we fire it up?
The rain's come back.
Yeah, it's going to be a wet one.
It's going to be a slippery one today. Mate.
On the button. It's Aaron HD mounted.
It was on the engine dyno.
So we had it on the engine dyno. He said on the dyno the engine was very harsh to Matt. He couldn't really do the fine tuning. They put it in the car.
Yeah.
Do what he's got to do, bring it back and put it on the rollers and he'll fine tune it, and that's what he done. Made 280, still going.
Oh, wicked. What are you revving it to?
8.
So you can go higher.
He mapped it safely.
Yeah.
Because he's got to go back there, and he said, we'll leave it at that. He took it to 9 and it made 279.9.
Yeah.
And he said, it's still going, Chris. Should we go to 9.3? And I went, no. We'll leave it there. So that's what we've done. He did say, which I need the help from you, Mike. I need Mike to help me sort this out.
We need to do like a ram air like shroud over like airbox or something.
I lose 10 brake horsepower with this airbox as it stands.
You don't want to cut the bonnet up though. You have the trumpets out the bonnet.
Well, I don't know. Well, if you've got an idea,
you have to hold in here is that to try and get some more airflow up.
I didn't realise you go through there, the top one is blank. I only recently found that out.
After you cut it up?
Yeah. Top left is like $3 grand. Just
like
quarter price.
Yeah. Chris had a little racing incident at the last session. Then he's got a Mark 3 rear bumper, low spec. Give me a shout. There's still some bits that you said you need to iron out.
Yeah, so what's happening is I'm suffering severe, and it ain't torques there, it's because I spoke to SWR and said that they say it's geometry. So what happens is when I'm at full beans, the car tends to snatch like violently, like horrendously. As I'm getting,
it's like toe in or toe out.
So I did a bit of toe out.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to switch off that button?
It's when it keeps running, that's when you got to worry. Scrutineers didn't see that. Yeah, so you're fine tuning the geometry to try and get it to actually go in a straight line.
Yeah.
next race is coming up. Rory's let me put a couple of GoPros in his spaceship of a RS Focus, so hopefully we get some good footage. As I said, he's 4th, I think, on the grid, so he's going to get, he'll be in the thick of it into the first corner.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks, mate. See you when I get back.
Got a green flag and a rolling start. I don't know what it is with Rory's car, but it definitely sounds like a spaceship. Oh, let's race over. Go and catch up with him in the pit.
Mate, you were flying though, bro. Yeah, I see that drift, mate.
It's off-roading.
It's blowing now.
Yeah, I don't think that GoPro footage would have come out very good.
Hearing when we're actually like on it is because where the turbo's sitting, you literally all you're hearing is turbo noise.
So it's the induction noise at that point. It's not the waste
point
because you're running your screamer back into your downpipe.
Yeah. So obviously for noise regulations and stuff, we recirc the wastegate back to the downpipe. You know, when I first built the car, I built it to go and have track days with mates and just like have fun with it. But so we wanted it to be below noise regs. However, I went on my first test day after building the car, and it came home to like, oh, you've blown 102 decibels. I'm like, I've got two massive, like the centre silencer is 11 inches long by 7 inches wide, like it's a big
down the tunnel.
Yeah, and then I've got a second one on the side exit at the back. So when you hear it come past, you don't hear it in the exhaust. Like,
No,
it's everything is that, yeah. But obviously for this weekend, because it's a little bit moist out there, I wanted to sort of help set the engine.
Just to stop droplets from
from getting in. But usually we run literally like a small turbo guard. It's just a mesh wire that runs over the top of it.
So what's the spec on the car?
So I'll start with the turbo kit. That's a G3770. It's one of Garrett's new G-series turbos. So engine side, it's a 2.5 litre turbo, 5-cylinder Volvo engine. The block is from the car, the original block. Bought the car in 2014 as a road-going Focus ST. So it's an ST block. All we've done is forged steel linered ductile liners, oversized pistons, slightly higher compression rate than standard, cams, valve springs and oversized exhaust valves, and that realistically engine-wise is it. Nothing else has been done. Obviously rods, pistons, all that kind of funky stuff. But that's like at work. That's like my run-of-the-mill build. That's what I do for customers that want 600 brake horsepower all day long.
What's
Get
the
ready to take
company's
Matloose Motorsport, which I work for, up in Brownhills, and this is what we specialise on. You know, the Focus STs and RSs, and the 5-cylinders mainly. You know, we touch a lot of the VAG stuff and some of the EcoBoost stuff as well. But yeah, mainly the Volvo stuff is what we're renowned for. But,
so what do you know what power this setup is at the moment?
I do,
but you don't want to say.
I tend to keep it to myself. It makes it a little bit more fun, but it's upwards of 500. That's all I put, and
That is why it munches gearbox.
that's why it munches gearboxes. But it's capable of more. But it doesn't need it. It's the thing, you know. It's
Still front-wheel drive.
It's a front-wheel drive car. There's no weight on the back end.
What size wheels are tyre?
So I run a 265 tyre now, 265 on a 9J on an 18-inch. So they're a big chunky tyre. You know, the good thing is you can use stuff like ex-touring car tyres if you want to on this setup. But we run a Pirelli hard and a Yokohama wet for days like today.
What bits do you break in the gearbox? Because I know you've munched a few. You munched up one at Silverstone, didn't you?
Yeah, so they're the same at Silverstone. It's fourth gear. It's the
Going into fourth, just
literally, I'll go from third to fourth, let the clutch out, and it just goes whack, buzzes round on the gear, and then that's it, done then.
and that's what you did yesterday.
Yeah, so we took the box out yesterday at about 1:30. I had a gearbox delivered from Essex, so which was about 3:30, and then we had it back in and running by 5.
Is that a standard box?
Yeah, so we've literally just took the gear set out from an ST box and put it into, we run a Focus RS gearbox setup.
Has that got a diff in it?
Yeah, so we put a plated diff in, but they run a slightly different suspension setup on the RS. Runs a Revo knuckle, which is basically a pivot hub. On the whole shop turning, just pivots on the hub. But apart from that, it's still stock gear set. There's nothing really going on with these cars, really, apart from a Quaife box that James is running over in his car. But they're mega money and they're still testing that box as such. So,
So for now, you just a serviceable part will be
I
the
got
gearbox.
the gearbox for 30 quid, the spare gearbox for 30 quid, and then got given it for free. So, you know, to throw, admittedly, okay, it's cost time, but
gets you back up and running.
Yeah, you know, and it's the last race of the season, so we'll probably come up with something funky for next season.
I see you running Cyvex.
Yeah, we're on Cyvex ECU, yeah. So all of our traction control is everything's off the steering wheel as well. So I've got my traction control off the steering wheel, my maps on the steering wheel, I'm running rolling anti-lag as well. So you know, it's all the good fun, funky stuff.
Yeah, I did spy you're running.
Yeah,
pressure signal into the wastegate. So you mean business when you're throwing pressure into the top of the dome.
So Lee at Devil Developments, who does all our mapping, he was the main man for Cybex back when it first came out for Focuses, and he does all that stuff for work as well. But yeah, he really knows his stuff.
I love the 5-cylinder engines anyway. Like, even when they're it's like the homage to the old sort of Quattro group.
It's very. I do get it every now and then. People saying, "Oh, it sounds very Quattro your car," especially on the gear change when it does the chirp on the way through. But there's just something about the 5-pots to me.
Yeah.
I could never.
If I could fit one in the Fiesta, I'd have to space frame the front. I think. Yeah.
We've just put one in a Mark 6 Fiesta ST150.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that on the same gearbox? And you managed to
so
one
the RS gearbox, and you have to shave a bit of the gearbox and the subframe, but all you have to do is cut into the chassis legs and sort of notch them out, and it fits.
Nice.
And then custom shafts, and it goes in. Yeah, no, it's all good fun, man. It's all good fun.
I love this. What plenum's this?
So that's made by a company. We do quite a lot of touring car stuff for Sierra Staffs and Cosmos and stuff. Anebo Engineering. That's the cast plenums, and the Billy one is one we really fancy. But that's the cast one. We've got a funky plenum for next year, which I've not tested yet, but we just have made. It's a full pre-preg carbon plenum. It weighs 800 grams versus the about 3.4 kilos this is. I know it sounds silly, but it's just
every little helps, especially when you're building race cars.
Yeah, so we've got that to test next year, and yeah, it's just like weight saving with this thing now. It's a heavy car, still.
Yeah.
It's 1,300 kilos with me in it.
It's got a big old cage in it as well. Who did the cage for it?
ARC Autosport, Sam Router back in the day. He stopped doing them now, but his work is phenomenal.
Nice, yeah, it's a proper spider web.
You know, I know it sounds silly, but I've seen cars crashed with cages that he had. In fact, his own Ford Fusion crashed here and landed on top of the Marshall post at Time Attack last year, I think it was, and that he walked away like unscathed.
Testament to his.
So you know, I hate to use it as an example, but you know, if someone's crashed it here,
it's good.
His work's up to scratch, but yeah, no, he's wicked with it, man. It's awesome.
Can I ask a question? Why did you go pink? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No.
I painted the Sierra engine block pink because I think it's wicked.
No, right. So that colour there's the original colour.
Like a fluorescent.
Yeah. So when you saw it at Silverstone, that was the first outing in the new colour.
Yeah.
So when I was building the car, one of my mates made a bet with me and said, "You won't paint the car pink." And I said, "Well, what if I do?" He goes, "I'll pay for the paint." I was like, "Sound." So that's what they built for me then. So I painted it fluorescent.
It actually suits it really well.
Yeah, I like it. And then last year we went to a solid 2K. This is just as raw magenta, but then we've thrown a little bit of a silver fleck into it. But it's just straight to 2K.
Yeah, it looks
no
really
lacquer
good.
or anything. Just send it and hope for the best. But yeah, it's different, isn't it? You know, you want the car to stand out. And you want people to come and see the car, like Ford Fair. You know, so many people come up and see the car, but I don't know whether it's the noise or the colour.
The thing that drew me to it was the noise.
Yeah,
I've never heard a car like that. Weird, it's crazy. Yeah. I call it the spaceship. When I saw it going down Silverstone Straight, I was like, what is that?
It's unique. That was the key thing for it. There's a lot of run-of-the-mill Focuses out there. There's only at the minute 2 in the UK that are racing. Apart from obviously the diesel guys, the ST and RS, there's a couple of guys in Germany, but they're a very unique car over here, very unique engine setup.
Yeah, I like the Sidewinder setup.
That's
the way.
It needs a bit of love over the winter. It needs some re-ceramicing, and we had to take everything off yesterday to obviously get to the gearbox, but the turbo blanket's done now. That needs changing and stuff, and a bit more heat protection, I think, and we'll be laughing. But yeah, no, it's just it's different.
Man.
That was the key. Thing
I hope you can sort out the gearbox issues and your heated screen. I think you need a heat screen in it so we can get some sweet content. I don't know how that come out, but I'll make it work.
We'll get on that now and get it sorted. But yeah, sweet.
The fact that your bolt marking is also pink.
Oh, also pink.
That's with that.
I mean, if you open the engine up and actually look at all the bolts in the engine, it's all torque sealed with pink fluorescent mark as well.
Wicked. Yeah, nice one.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, cheers for that.
No
Good luck in race 2.
Yeah, cheers, dude.
those who remember, we saw Gary's car a couple of years ago at Ford Power Live, and it's like a work of art, proper show car, and he's already joined up with the modified 4 boys. FPE. Right, so the sun's come out. I think Chris has gone over to intermediates, getting ready for race 2. So Paul's gone from slicks to rain tyres, no, rain tyres to slicks, and now with a bit of rain coming, he's gone back onto the rain tyres.
Let it, Bill.
Chris has gone out, race 2. We're going to go and probably get on the pit wall for the first couple of laps and then jump over to our usual spot. And yeah, 50-50, some of these boys are on wets and the other lot are on full slicks. So there's definitely a dry line. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, they are on it. Stuck on that corner. It's alright. Green line, we're to go. What? Oh? No, it just died. There he is. Nice work.
Brilliant. That was banging. Yeah. You know, that was naughty out there. You drove so well, mate. No, I was getting wheel spin all the way down the straight.
So, the SD card that I put in this camera went mental, and we didn't get any forward-facing footage in that last video, and I am livid because that was an epic race, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
And we missed all of it.
Look,
Once again.
If I get unique, unique. This is Andy Pipe's mechanic. So Andy Pipe was beating us all. He was out of the pack.
Yeah.
And then obviously Andy went into first gear when he tried to give it beans, and he's done a 360 in front of us all.
Engine's all right though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
it all seems sweet.
Yeah. So.
Tried to give it a bit too much. Tried to nail everyone in class, and consequently ends fourth. That's
Yeah,
racing,
it does.
as they say. Racing's 90% disappointment, but that 10%
It's a drug.
makes up.
It's a drug, guys. Mike's gonna have a little.
Just going to take it for a little spin. Where can we go? Just down.
So we're gonna go through the paddock, through the tunnel,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have a little drive.
So unfortunately we didn't get any footage of the race, but Chris has kindly said I could have a go considering I made the engine mounts. So we'll give it a test drive.
We start the car.
Yeah.
Give it some roll.
Oh yeah, man. Well, then
Clutch down.
clutch it down.
Yeah, normal is normal.
And then bang it back, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it first?
Now let the clutch up slowly. You'll plonk in the gear. There you go.
Yeah.
And off we go. So we drive out normal. Drive it normally. You have to rev it a bit hard.
Oh. And then what? Do I have to pull out a bit?
Just go towards. Go through the see the exit bit, the assembly area.
Assemble in there.
Yeah, just go through there.
Mate, sounds wicked.
And then we go left down here.
Are we going over the other
Yeah,
side?
we're going to go over the side, we're going to go at the top.
It sounds a nuts. Quite a low seat in it.
Yeah, it is. You'll feel nice up, mate. You'll feel the steering though with the toe out.
Yeah.
You'll have to drive this a little bit like that. You know what it is. Now go to the...
Go on.
That's it, that's right. Now go, so
And
we
if
go
I
to
go
the
left,
left,
yeah,
the exit
yeah.
bit over now.
I'm with you.
That's it. And just drive, so if you just keep the throttle and then pull the lever.
Oh, yeah, boy.
The noise.
I don't have to, do I have to put the clutch down to go down?
Yes, you do.
I thought so. It's tight through here.
Okay, you are now.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it sounds fun. Yes, mate. I want to get me one of these gearboxes.
So if we just go to the left,
Yeah.
you have to pump those brakes though. See what I mean?
Why is that? You still don't work that one out.
I don't know, a bit of knock off.
Is it idle that hard? What's it idle?
Yeah, I just like. Can you get the swing round? You
Go
go left.
round,
Yeah,
okay,
so
sorry.
left.
Your pedals are really close together.
Yeah. So go to the top. Now go right to the
Oh,
top.
sorry, mate. I'm going to exit. I'm driving
Yeah.
this thing home. I'm going around the M25, mate.
So you can just go up, just try
Left or right?
Left. We'll go up to the bit of the display area. Will they let us out? Oh, no, they won't.
Alright, so where are we actually trying to get to?
I was going to let you drive around the paddock. I thought I was going to let you go at the top there.
That's alright. So what do you do? Go.
So touch down.
Yeah.
You pull that lever, neutral,
Again,
reverse.
neutral.
You give it a bit of a rev as you're reversing, like really rev it high, go on. Come on, mate. Yeah, you have to treat it like a bit of a, I won't say it on the camera. Right, you're good then, mate?
So now what?
And then towards you normally.
I just don't
Yeah,
like that.
and then go again. And then it'll, no, that's it, let the clutch off, it'll plonk, that's
There
it.
you go. Cool. So where are we going? Back through?
Put it in here.
What, in there?
Yeah, that's it.
Will it do that? I don't think it's going to, will it?
Yeah, rev it hard. Oh, that clutch.
It drives like a Bentley, mate. I don't know what This is jokes.
Only a second now.
That's like a tenth of the throttle.
The noise, eh?
Yeah, it's amazing, mate.
Oh yeah, it's
instant. It's like instant. So I knock it down to full first.
Yeah, you got that. That's it. And it's
Are you happy with it? Like, there's some still little gremlins that you got to iron out.
I think we're going the right direction. We need to sort out that wheel, scrub.
Yeah, scrub radius.
Yeah.
So where do you want to go?
So we just pull it up, just park it behind where our caravan is.
Where's that? Like there?
You know, where your mate is. Just pull up there. Bay there to the right.
Ah, he stalled it. What a prick. Can I start in first? Or just put it in?
Clutch down.
Yeah.
Throttle. Always one in there. Bung it somewhere.
I'll pop it over here. Yeah, jokes, man. Is that right there?
Yeah, we're doing it.
I think so.
So, forward, lever, pull the lever. That's it, neutral.
And where's your handbrake?
And then, no handbrake, switch it off like that. And then knock it, we're going to knock it in a gear so it don't roll.
Okay, that's your
Let the clutch up.
Wicked.
There we go.
Steaming up in here. That's wicked, man. I'm well impressed
We'll
with
have
that.
to...
Next time I'll have a SD card that doesn't kill itself and we can actually get some race footage from this thing.
Third place, Malcolm White. Malcolm White. Is he still going round?
Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you. Right, so another awesome day spent up at a racetrack watching the modified Ford boys tear it up. Huge thanks once again to Rory for letting me put the GoPro in his car. Unfortunately, yeah, I think the relay packed up and we didn't get any decent footage really of him racing for the first race, and I can only apologise to you guys for my SD messing up in Chris's car, because I really wanted to kind of finish off the whole building up the engine mounts, putting them in, getting the car set up and racing it, and yeah, that didn't happen. Although massive thanks for Chris for letting me have a little poodle around the paddock area and yeah, have a feel for the sequential box. Definitely something that if I had the money I'd be definitely buying a sequential box for this. Speaking to him, he's got some ideas of how to improve the geometry. He might be getting some split rims made up. Hopefully get the camera out and go and see what's involved in yeah, basically fine-tuning the setup and getting the car up and running ready for next year's season. Huge thanks again to all of the modified Ford boys, top group of people, all like-minded, all well up for a chat and to help each other out. Massive thanks for Paul Neville for obviously putting a lot of effort into organising all of the races for the season. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes. I know a lot of you have been asking about where I'm at with the Project Compo, and in all honesty I've literally just been driving it. I have got plans to try and get it back on the dyno. I just want to play around with it a bit, see exactly what it's doing, maybe turn it up, put some more springs in it. There will be a video coming out very soon. Yeah, keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be one to watch. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're enjoying this sort of content. I've got loads of other stuff planned. Also, don't forget to check out the sweet merch that's in the link below. Any money raised from that I'm going to be putting towards buying some bigger, better SD cards that won't mess up and mean that I miss out on some sweet content for you guys. Hopefully I managed to cobble together a half decent video for you guys to enjoy. Until next time, catch up with you guys later. Take it easy.